What up? What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is your good brother, Jay News, with another rendition of Jay News Japan, here to cover for you the New Japan Strong New Japan in the USA Never Tour, which initiated and started on October 16th, airing every Friday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on NewJapanWorld.com. Let's start off with the show from October 16th to give you some news and results. First match of the night was Misterioso versus the runner-up in the Lions Break Crown tournament, Danny Limelight. This match lasted about 6 minutes and 10 seconds. I don't have anything positive to say about this match. Danny Limelight looked decent. Everyone knows how I feel about Misterioso, but if this is your first time watching J News Japan, we have our favorites here, and we also have guys who get kind of dogged here. Misterioso is one of those guys who gets dogged. I don't care what family bloodline he comes from. He is probably the most bare bones, unenergetic, lack of flair luchador I've ever seen. No matter what kind of colors you wear on your masks and your trunks, buddy boy, you fail to represent that bloodline. I will say that out loud because Jesus Christ, man, at least give me some energy in this match that shows that you care, and not make it seem like you're going through the freaking motions. I don't give a crap if he's a heavyweight luchador. There are heavyweight luchadors who are rudos, who are heels, who have good offensive combinations and good vigor and tenacity and awesome body language that shows their heelish tendencies and things of that nature. There are also heavyweight luchadors who are atomicos, the good guys and stuff like that. I just and they do well from a heavyweight standpoint, and they don't look this sluggish, this slow, this uninspired. And I just have to bring that up for the simple fact that this guy won this match. He won it with the MSO, which is basically a version of a renamed lung blower. And I don't know. I honestly necessarily don't know why he won it. Just because he's the veteran in the match, I guess he won it. And I feel like they should be limelighting, no pun intended, Danny. They should be spotlighting Danny Limelight more, being that he had a good showing throughout the Lions Break Crown tournament and before that. So that's my thoughts on those matches. Second match of the night, TJP versus Hikuleo, 8 minutes 24 seconds worth of a match. This match, after the first initial 2 minutes, picked up some pace and started to get into the more captivating and enthralling aspects of this Never tour, which is the super junior heavyweights against the heavyweights themselves. Hikuleo is not a supposed 6'9". That dude is 6'9". Youngest son of Haku, aka Ming, younger brother of Tangaloa and Tamatanga, the brothers in the GOD, the Gorillas of Destiny. And they did well. It was a good back and forth between Hikuleo and TJP. TJP trying to school Hikuleo with some good technical wrestling. Hikuleo doing his best to just inflict pain and high impact moves. And Hikuleo ultimately won this match with his gun slinger finisher. There was one point in the match where I think Hikuleo, not necessarily that he missed a spot, I think he thought that there was a spot for his scoop or his quick power slam, which was not the time for that spot. That spot came later. If we were to actually watch this match, he was just off time at that particular point in time in the match to notice something that I saw visibly. He's a younger dude. He's still on the greenish side of things, or whatever the case is. So he's learning. you did see TJP's face kind of like light up in a sense, and not in a bad way, like he was frustrated, but at the same time, it's like, oh, like dude, like this is something that we went over. You missed. You necessarily went to the spot too early, type of look. Because as we know, professional wrestling is nowadays is and forever has been, booked in advance, and these guys go over their matches before they go out there. So that's something that I did notice. So hopefully they tighten that up, because a lot of these guys I feel will be making their presence felt in New Japan proper come the Best of Super Juniors tournament and World Tag League. Then we had the purported hyped up match of the night between PJ Black and Alex Zane. I'm a fan of Alex Zane. I've seen him now in New Japan Strong and in the Indies as well. He has awesome high flying ability, good spirit, usually very tenacious in the ring, very fiery. When you have to wrestle PJ Black, I think the knock on PJ hasn't always been, if he can go, it's really been more of a pace thing in the ring. And when it comes to a match where two guys are supposed to be and are overly athletic, high flying kind of guys, you expect the pace of the match to be quicker. This was a very slow-paced match for guys who do high-flying maneuvers and acrobatic stuff. So it just seemed overly choreographed in a sense. And, whenever they did land any strikes, they weren't necessarily the hardest of strikes and stuff and things of that nature. For all of us marks, quote-unquote, who get shit on for liking high spot matches or dives, there's actually a certain level of artistry that goes into those matches with the guys who do the highly acrobatic stuff and do the high flying stuff. They're fast paced matches for a reason. They're fast paced so that they don't necessarily look overly choreographed, because when you slow it down to the pace that PJ Black and Alex Zane did in this match, the match looks absolutely boring. And it looks like shit. The commentators, Kevin Kelly and Alex Kozlov, tried to hype the match when the match was going on as much as possible. It is now October. We are, if I'm not mistaken, 7 months into this whole pandemic thing. So I'm used to not hearing the adulation of the fans. It was not having fans in the arena that caused me to think that this match was just slow paced and not very intense in a sense. It was just that it just lacked. It really lacked energy. And those kind of matches, when it comes to the guys who do the high, like I said, when it comes to the guys who do the high flying and have the high athletic ability, slow paced matches, especially if they're not inclusive of high impact, hard hitting sequences, they just don't deliver. And 10 minutes and 21 seconds of PJ Black winning with his bad habit finisher, and then as Alex Kozlov calling two different Alex Zane moves, some stupid Taco Bell Crunch Wrap Supreme, two different maneuvers he called the Crunch Wrap Supreme. I, for one, will sit here and I'm not going to berate the guy, but at the end of the day, I'm not a fan of Alex Kozlov on commentary. I feel like he sounds cheesy half the time. I'm already not a fan of Kevin Kelly as much as throughout the last 20 years as it is. So to add Alex Kozlov and his characteristics to the commentary, especially when you're supposed to be hyping these two, high flyers and super junior heavyweights up, with really cheesy and stupid lines like that, I think did the match a disservice on top of the slower pace of a match that had guys who do the kind of things that they do. I just felt like the match didn't deliver at all, and that's my take on it. Then you had Jeff Cobb and David Finlay going up against members of the Bullet Club, Chase Owens and Kenta. What can I say? David Finlay and Jeff Cobb coming off that high in the previous show, and continuing this battle against the Bullet Club members here on New Japan Strong in the Never Tour. 9 minutes 44 seconds. Jeff Cobb hit the Tour of the Islands on Chase Owens because Chase Owens always eats the pins, and they went on to Jeff Cobb and David Finlay went on to celebrate with some happy beers. On to the show from October 23rd, this past Friday. We had a very solid match between Fred Rosser and Clark Connors. Clark Connors still showing the effects. He had a little bit of a hangover from the Lions Break Crown win. An exact 6 minutes of a match. Like I said, solid match between Fred Rosser and Clark Connors. Fred Rosser wins the match with a gut check, and Clark Connors takes the loss here. As he left the ring side area, he says he wants some more. He's got it. He's got what it takes to beat Fred Rosser. Second match of the night, we had Super ACH Go versus Carl Fredericks. Match time 6 minutes 22 seconds. Carl Fredericks beats ACH with the MD. The matches, I understand what is going on and why the matches are as short as they are, but I feel like they leave a lot to be desired, right? Because I feel if ACH and Carl Fredericks probably had another, 4 to 7 minutes during this match, it probably would have turned out better from an in-ring perspective. ACH being not heralded, but more or less labeled and spotlighted as a more focused wrestler, as a more veteran wrestler at this point. Not so much the smiley, bubbly personality that we used to see either on NXT or in the Indies before, with his over-the-top and bubbly antics and Dragon Ball loving self. Decent looking match for Carl Fredericks and ACH. I just felt like it could have been better. The match that was hyped up the most for this particular night, Brody King and Flip Gordon versus Tonga Loa and Tama Tonga, 7 minutes and 39 seconds. You can't give the Gorillas of Destiny this little bit of time to put themselves and their opponents over. It just doesn't work. Everyone got their shit in, because any match Brody King is in, most people need to understand when Brody King is in a match, he's gonna get his shit in. So that means that whoever else is in the ring with him is gonna get their shit in. Everybody got their shit in, but at the end of the night, God wins, stun gun, Tama Tonga to Flip Gordon, and that's the way that the match wrapped up there. Then the best match of the two Never Tour nights went down with the two New Japan proper roster members, Rocky Romero versus Jay White. 14 minutes and 12 seconds of what was what they would call a special singles match in a regular New Japan proper show. Rocky Romero and Jay White went to work, and it was basic back and forth. Rocky Romero having to pull out all the stops in order to try to take over Jay White and beat Jay White. But at the end of the day, Jay White, with his heelish tendencies and his masterful in-ring ability, were able to overtake Rocky Romero, and Jay White hit the Blade Runner and won this match. To preview their next tour, is New Japan Showdown. New Japan Showdown is going to be a highlighted tour show within the next couple of weeks. So coming up on October 30th? Yeah, Friday the 30th, New Japan Strong will be labeled Road to Showdown. Road to Showdown begins. We will have these following matches. Tag match. To start off, Clark Connors and the DKC versus the Regal Twins. Sterling Regal finally making his appearance and debut in New Japan Strong, in New Japan and the USA, along with his brother Logan Regal. They will be having that tag match. Then a one-on-one encounter versus Carl Fredericks and my New Japan Strong favorite, Blake Christian. This should be a very quick-paced and dope match between these two guys. Blake Christian, all the heart. Carl Fredericks with his attitude, that alpha attitude, trying to climb up the ranks. Then we have the main event of the night, an 8-man, let's see if this is a regular 8-man tag team match. Yep, regular 8-man tag team match. So it'll be Misterioso, Alex Zane, PJ Black, and David Finlay versus all the Tongan brothers. That is Hikuleo, Tonga Loa, and Tama Tonga, along with Kenta. So it'll be the Bullet Club versus their competitors. So that'll be the first show of Road to Showdown, which will be airing on the 30th of October on New Japan World, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and also on Fight TV. Folks, thank you as always for watching J News Japan. Always remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the True Heel Heat YouTube channel. I will be back sometime during the weekend to continue to cover the Road to Power Struggle shows, and I will also go back to my normal recording schedule, where I will be doing the review for the Road to Showdown show as a solo recording. As always, be good, take care of yourselves, and treat one another well and with respect and with much love, because it's necessary in this freaking world. And I'm about this, y'all. I'll see you on the flip. Peace.